What's up, creatives? Welcome back to Can't Talk, I'm Creating, podcast by creatives for creatives. We're here. For those of you who don't know, we're WaveChange, a video production company, and this is our podcast, Can't Talk, I'm Creating. Episode 38, me, Steve, Logan, finally all together back on the couch. We talk about the hecticness and the growth that WaveChange has been having over this last month. We talk about burnout and if Logan ever actually feels it. And we go through the process of booking videos and content with WaveChange for artists. So if you're a creative, an artist, or just somebody who wants to know more about what goes on here, appreciate you guys being here. Let's get into this episode. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Can't Talk, I'm Creating. We're here. I feel like it's been a minute since we've been here. At least us three.
Definitely been a minute.
I was just saying to Steve or not Steve, to Shay when me and him were sitting here, how it feels like it's just been a minute. How's everyone feeling? How we feel about how everything's going?
Good, man. This
Good as usual.
last week has
Business as
been
usual.
booming. I think I had 10 shoots outside of like the 7 that we had for music videos.
Yeah, it's definitely me and Logan were just chopping it up earlier today about how it's just it's definitely picking up in a good way.
Yeah, definitely. People are taking notice for sure.
But yeah, how do we the studio, the sets are coming. We almost got our casino set finally, our bar set coming along.
Barbershop, trap house.
It's crazy how and like we were saying, it hasn't even been a year. The infinity wall hasn't been built for a year yet.
Yeah, I just saw a video of the room with black walls. That was like the first step. And it was black walls for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks too.
Yeah. With the tile floor over there.
It's like we got like the first 3 months for free, so we got pretty lucky moving into there.
Yeah, now we got the infinity wall extending out. We got the trap house that will
I
probably.
was thinking we should do these sets like the Chick-fil-A seasonal menu. Like we got our seasonal sets right now. It's like the trap house, the clock wall, whatever, and then like we'll bring the summer in. Maybe we'll put a beach in that corner. You know what I mean? Like just like seasonal sets. You know what I mean? Just something new. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
I like that.
Well, especially now with the projector, if we put sand on the infinity wall, we can really make it look like a beach.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
that would
like,
be fire.
Yeah, like we were saying, the Chico video, but having a projector on the background, that would have been crazy.
That would have been so fire.
Yeah, I think we gotta like capturing the sets more, like showing the sets off.
What we gotta do too is and this is part of just the list of things that aren't important enough to stop doing other things to do them, but still have to get done. Is like we still have to do the professional studio tour.
I literally have it written down in there that I want to do, but now I'm waiting for the casino to be more finished. It's like I wouldn't do it right now. Like probably the end of this month or the end of like what's it called in April. Actually do like the studio tour because now we have more to show off too doing the actual tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely get the casino and stuff done. Even if we got to just like dress it up before we get the more machines.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end up opening it with the 12, and then we're gonna that
if we move,
plus sign is gonna have to just be something else.
We make it something else until
I can't find 5 machines to save my life.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of them. Like I was saying, like a lot of the machines is like you know how like in the early 2000s, like the same thing that like it's not the Indians anymore. It's the what are they called now? The commanders. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of these machines that have like some topics that aren't necessarily something that I want. Some dated topics. Like there's a lot of like Indian looking machines, like with like Aladdin and like poorly drawn Indian people. I can't put this in my studio.
LLC4 is not going to approve those.
I don't want to get anybody in trouble having these dated concepts on these machines.
The logistics I didn't expect coming into like building. It is crazy to build this and have these random things now.
Yeah.
Like you don't. I would have never thought of that problem.
Yeah, so I'm looking at him like, why does this genie look a little? This genie looks a little off on here. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like all the machines that are left are all Aladdin machines. They got weird ass drawings on them. I don't like them at all. I hate
Pull
them.
the mic a little closer. Yeah.
They suck.
We could be more conscious of stuff like going forward. I remember when we were shooting that logo in the studio for the soul shoot the other day. When is it Leslie?
Yeah.
Leslie, when she was like, "Don't shoot the logo." I was like, we really need to like start thinking like even stuff we buy, like don't buy stuff with logos on it because then we just don't have to worry about it.
Somebody else was telling me we should get. I don't remember. I think it was DB that was saying we should get like more uniforms, like to go with the a chef.
We were
hat,
talking
you know
about
what
that.
I mean? Like,
It's
just tough because of sizing and like I feel like
but
those
stuff like that, like hats and stuff, are easy. That's universal. Like sweatshirts, like
I just feel like we got to just get
overcoat, like,
higher quality ones. 'Cause I feel like
trench
any of the
coat.
Amazon,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like
nah.
shit.
Yeah, like actual stuff. Like
I'd actually think it would look better without. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the straight jacket. Like those always
Yeah.
look like hell.
Yeah,
You know what
unless
I
you get,
mean?
yeah, like a real nice
gotta
one.
get a
So-
good one. Yeah, definitely more like outfits, more fashion stuff, so that if somebody does come without like anything, we could just be like, hey, just throw this on really quick.
Right. Having like an in-house stylist. Maybe we could work with that dude Notes. You ever heard of him? Notes 973 with a Z.
No.
He has that. Remember the Strong Shop, Stronghold?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's the guy that be over there, and then he's got his own store. Maybe we could work something out with him where he could leave us with some pieces, and we could send people to the store or something.
Yeah, yeah. Any way we
fire.
could connect and collab with people, I'm definitely
That'd be interesting.
down to connect with other fields like that. That'd be sick. Because I mean, we got it now. Yeah, if we could start getting other people's stuff in the videos and stuff, and get something back for it.
Makeup, that'd be huge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like a really good makeup artist.
having a makeup artist would be fire.
Fresh.
Let's figure this out live on the pod. Yo, Notes, how are we? Good, good. Another day, another dollar. Long time no speak. I was just sitting here talking with some of the guys. I don't know if you were aware, I own a videography company and I own a production studio now. I was kind of thinking that we could do either both of those things or either or. So what I'd say is think about it for a little bit and then text me later and just come to the studio at some point in the next week or so and we can talk about it more. I can show you the space and we'll go from there. Perfect. Hit me when you get up that day and I'll see you then. All right. You too, bro. Thank you. All right. So yeah, we'll get Notes.
Locked
Notes will
in.
help us out.
All right, I want to talk about kind of just go through the process of booking with WaveChange. I think that's a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
so it'll be a good clip of just
will.
like from random person finds the page.
Random person DMs the page. I respond.
That's step one.
Yeah. Step
if
one
you
is
see anything,
reach
all
out.
you have to do is just DM
Yeah,
us.
reach
That's
out.
the easiest way.
I'll
DM
respond to
the
the
page.
DM 12 to 36 hours, depending on the influx of DMs and whatever we're working on at that given time. At that point, you'll more than likely ask me how much it costs. I'll give you the two different prices. At that point, most people pick one of the two options. We go through, you send us the song, send us the songs, the ideas that you have. We work them into a treatment for you. If you like the way that it looks, you choose one of the two pricing options that we have. You pay a deposit for it to lock in your date. You show up, we shoot it. We edit it. I have to cut that little gap out. We edit it, and then we collect the final payment after we've delivered the video and cleared it with you. Very simple, not meant to be complicated. All questions are allowed. We even, like, if you have a concept that you feel like, oh, I have an idea, but this could work or that could work, we'll get on the phone with one of the guys. They'll help you flush it out, and we'll turn it into the treatment. And yeah, it's made to be pretty user-friendly, window shop friendly. Come ask about it, ask about, some ideas, ask what we can make happen. And whenever you're ready to get that treatment and pay that deposit, you know where to find us.
Yeah, and I think one of the huge benefits that working with us is having the studio. We have the studio, like we were just saying, props,
Yes.
a lot of sets already built, stuff to build other sets here.
Yeah.
So like you were saying, most ideas we pretty much can facilitate. And if not, on top of that, like if you have a budget to work with, you have a specific idea, as crazy as it is. If you have a budget, we've built multiple custom sets specifically for videos. The trap house was
Yeah, it
built
was a custom
specific
set.
a custom set for video. So like
Yeah,
like you said.
that's a good example. I mean, even like there's no, somebody came to us and said, oh, I want to do a trap house. And they were like, oh, well, the only trap house sets are kind of expensive and they're a little bit far from where we are. So I said, well, how much were you going to spend on the set? I think it was $600 or $700 they were going to spend renting it. And I was like, well, the stove is $50 on Facebook Marketplace. Like we pieced everything together for a fraction of that cost and saved the artist money on that. And that's really like, one of the things with it is that a lot of the times you might think, oh, yeah, they couldn't do that there, but we probably could. I think there's very, very, very few things that we can't do here. And I think one of the only things that we can't do here is across the end of the day to make it look like a loft. It's probably the only thing that we can do. I can't make it look like it has 2 floors, but I can do anything else. You know what I mean? That's just the only thing that I probably can't do is give it 2 floors. But.
Yeah, but I think that's a big thing that separates working with us. And just like you said, the being able to reach us and ask questions and just have
Yeah,
conversations.
somebody wanted to do a video in a cafeteria the other day, and we were able to do it here.
Yeah, we were able to facilitate it here. Yeah.
No idea is a dumb idea. Ideas off.
Yeah, the biggest thing
on a
is
falter.
reaching out. I feel like a lot of people. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of negative about just DMing and people
Yeah.
feel like it's straight to this is the
Yeah,
price.
a lot of
Don't
people-
hit me unless you're ready to
A
put this
lot of
deposit
people,
down.
like, even I've noticed in the way that they hit us up, they'll be like, you know, and it actually bothers me, like when people act like this, because it just pisses me off. But it's like some people will like refuse. They're so scarred from the way that other people do business that they won't even want to talk to me until they can pay a deposit. Like, there's a lot of people that we've DM'd with that have taken the prices and been like, oh yeah, you know, I'll let you know when I'm ready. You know, like, I don't want to waste your time until I have a deposit. And I'd be telling them like, bro, like, it's fine. Like, let's talk about the idea. And some people will straight up be like, no, I don't want to talk to you until I can pay. You know, I don't, and it's just like, bro, like, it isn't, you don't have to do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's not that type of party over here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of people that we've written treatments that haven't been deposited. It's not a common thing. It's our goal is not to write a treatment that doesn't get deposited, but like we're the last people that are like, you'll never hear me say, "Oh, my time is valuable. You have to pay me to," because that's just not how you want to go to Best Buy and fucking look at computers. You can pick them up, look at them, ask the associate a million questions. You can walk out and you can do the same thing for a year straight, and nobody's gonna bother you. You know what I mean? So why are people so afraid to ask questions in this industry? I don't know, but please ask whatever questions. Please don't tell me that you don't want to talk until you have a deposit, unless like that's just how you feel. But we don't feel that way. You know what
No,
I mean?
that's why it's structured the way it is. Like why you get the treatments before you put the deposit down.
Right.
You could easily be like, put the deposit down, we'll write your treatment up
Right.
and do it the other way. But
Yeah.
That's kind of whack. Like, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I've always been very like
Because I
feel
found that way,
weird.
you know, if we write the, take the deposit before we get paid, and then what if we take a deposit for a video we can't even produce?
Yeah.
You know, then we got to either give it back or we have to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I've
Like,
always
I don't
and
wanna get into that.
I just feel weird. I've always have like taking money without
Something.
giving the
Yeah,
treat
without
like,
a guarantee,
I
you
like
know what I mean?
them
Like-
having it first and then getting, so there's never any.
Oh, he
like,
didn't.
Yeah, no, it's like this. You approved this. You looked at this thing and you approved it, and
I think
yeah,
there's a level of trust built when you do it first too. That
Yeah.
you take them seriously when you do it first instead of the other way around.
yeah. I think it sets a good precedent for delivering the video. It like
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
because it's the same way with the video. They get to see it. They see a private link of the video before they pay the final remaining balance.
Yeah.
So you get that level of trust, which... What's good, guys? I'm here to interrupt this episode real quick. I promise you, real quick. Then we'll get right back to it. I just wanted to say the clothing is officially live on the website, wavechange.net/shop. This is the best way to support this show and WaveChange. And just to get the point across, while you're creating your art, that you can't talk because you're creating. All right, guys, let's get right back to this episode. Appreciate you guys. The link is in the description. All right, let's get back. All right, kind of pivoting, I guess, away from like out the structure of like WaveChange. I'm curious because I know kind of how I deal with it, and like we've talked about it somewhat before, but going back to the point of like burnout and working hard, because with like the company is really picking up. Like the music videos have picked up insane. The product stuff definitely has. You've picked up other people now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the burnout of dealing with it all, because we are on paper we're more busy than we've ever been, and I'm more busy than I've ever been. But I'm not catching myself running into burnout like I had before in the past. And kind of talking about the burnout, I'm very curious about you, Logan. If you like, is burnout even like? Have you experienced burnout? Do you
What
not
option
show it?
do
Like,
I have?
I mean, I feel the same way.
That's
but you
that's
have
You know,
to,
like-
but you have to, like, you have to feel it at some point. No,
What option do I have?
like,
It's just the easiest way to put it. My expenses are $30,000 a month at this point.
yeah,
What option do I have?
Yeah.
You know, like what can I really do?
yeah.
You know
I
what
think
mean?
there
Like,
is. I think
and the
there,
amount of people that need me on a daily
Yeah.
basis. I mean, what are you two gonna do if I just disappear for 2 days? Like,
Yeah.
talked
you'd be
about
all right, you know what I mean?
It
You're
would,
not
yeah.
idiots, you
No,
know what I
yeah.
mean? But like things
It
would
would
be messed up.
negatively- yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? So it's just not really like it's just not a thing.
I mean, yeah, and I think that's a good point about. I think there is something about that, like painting yourself in, or like pushing yourself into a corner where it's like I just have to do this, because the same way like people will complain about not being able to do whatever, but they'll at the end of the day they'll wake up and go to their job
Yeah.
and clock into the job they complain and hate about.
I mean,
'Cause
the amount of things that I have to do on a
I have
daily
to do it.
basis, but especially with all the like it's the LLC4 stuff. That's 20 people that I have to talk to every day. There's this stuff that's 12 to 15 people that I have to talk to every day.
Yeah.
There's my own stuff. That's 20 to, because I've dialed that back a lot, but that's like 20, 25 people a day. Like, what happens if I disappear for, what are those
Yeah.
75 people going to do for 2 or 3 days?
Yeah.
You know, there's no option, you know,
That's insane.
there's just no, and what even is burnout? Like, what is it?
That's
you know
what
I
I
mean?
was
Is it
kind of
just
going
like
to. We're more busy than we've ever been, but I'm not feeling that same. It's like it's something about it goes with not like loving or not caring about the thing you're doing. Because I've found when you're really passionate about like everything we're doing that we're super busy with,
I
there's
can
not,
see if I hated it,
there's
but I
not-
do
exactly.
hate it. But I
there's
still
not
love it.
one
you
thing
know?
that I'm super busy with that I'm like I don't even if I'm in the moment of doing it, it's like this is annoying. Like, but I know the bigger picture.
Right.
Where that's kind of why I've pushed away from the product stuff because I know I wouldn't be as productive doing product stuff or that kind of stuff as I am in music videos because I'd hit that wall where I'm like burning out and I don't care about it and I like it's gonna negatively affect where we're more busy and I feel like I could take more on. Like, all right, let's just figure it out. It's how are you feeling with balancing everything? Because I mean, you're doing the music videos and the product stuff balancing,
I'm starting to realize that I like the music stuff a lot more. That's the first thing I'm realizing.
which I think you knew, but you
Yeah, I
also
know that.
recognize products make infinitely more profitable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not burning out at all. I think it's more or less I just need to figure out like how I'm going to schedule everything going forward.
I
Like,
get you 4 days off this month.
but I think the way that things are going, I don't even think
That's
like,
4 days to schedule things. Well, if you
Yeah.
think about it, if you break it down, what do you have to figure out how to schedule?
my.
you really just
I'm talking
sit here
about
and
like
think
my
about it.
sleep schedule and like my
Yeah,
timing
it's
schedule.
4 days
It's really,
off. Spend the whole day in the bed. That'll fix the whole month. 1 day a week to catch up for the whole week.
Yeah. It's kind of how I've been living.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
really, like you know, it's a. I always make it a joke with you, but you crash out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
some
That's
days
what
where it's like
that's how
where
I
you'll be
live.
like, I'll be back in a couple hours, and I'll be like, no, you won't.
Yeah,
you're gonna take
I
that
didn't even
shower or
make the
something.
decision,
You're
yeah.
gonna sit on the bed, and it's not gonna be your choice anymore. Like
Yeah.
that's part of it. You know what I mean? But like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Realistically, if you really sit there and break it down, it's just like you just gotta show up. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you just put yourself in the environment for 8 hours a day, you know, as many days a month as possible, it's impossible to not get things done.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's also I think that you guys enjoy this part of it, but I think you do surround yourselves with a lot of distractions. You know what I mean? But I think you enjoy the distractions, like having the TV and the GameCube and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I may see it
Yeah.
as a distraction. You may see it as a temporary escape. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But like, I think that stuff like that also contributes to all right, how do I schedule all this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
if you really just like if you took all that out and you were in a 4x4 cell all day, you'd have no choice but to, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely like the mix in of like you said of having like the games, having
Right.
like I'll watch a lot of movies mixed in and stuff. For like, I don't think I could be as productive if you put me in a 4x4 because I'd lose the creativity. I
think
need
so? Yeah.
the bounce back, the
You
back
guys are
and
both
forth
in
of
by
the stuff.
4x4s already. You don't have
Yeah.
Windows.
they're just creative at
But
least.
yeah, they're just creative. Like spending like I've been almost like not every night, but like every other night now. I've been painting the wall for like an
Yeah.
hour, and just having that detachment
Yeah.
really helps. Then going back to the edit and just being like more, which I've found sometimes. Where if
And
I'm,
I think
like,
also the difference too, I think the reason why it works for me and it might not work, the way that I do it works specifically in my position is because what I do in what I'm doing, like we're talking about these 75 people, they're loading me up with tasks that have start, mid, and
Yeah.
end. So it's a matter of just I have to do these things today. These
Yeah.
things all have steps. They all come to an end and then it's over.
Yeah.
And on the same end as your end, it still exists. There are tasks, but there's no like if I get 75, if I have these people are reaching out to me, hey, is this done? What's going on with this? What's the
Yeah.
update? There's an average of two to four different parties involved with every task. So it's like if I have to pay, if my task is to so today I had to clear 4 beats. So one of the things I had to do is I had to talk to 4 different producers. I had to collect information from them. I had to send it to a lawyer. The lawyer had to do their job. The lawyer does their job. They give me something. I grab something from them. I take those 2 somethings and send it to the accountant. It's steps. There's you
Yeah.
can't mess it up. And it's not, there's no thought.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Whereas on your end, you kind of have to like, it's more of a self-motivation, whereas
Yeah.
like there's 75 people, what's next? What do we have to do? What do I have to do? People are giving me something
Yeah.
to constantly feed off of, to give them back information. Whereas when you guys are like, when you have
Yeah.
to edit, Alovine Reels, like it's there's nobody unless he texts me and I screenshot it and send it to you or I ask
Yeah.
you, there's no one like, hey, did you
This
do my reel
specific
today?
thi-
Did you do
Yeah.
my this? Did you do this?
Yeah.
Did you talk
Yeah.
to this
And-
person? Because that doesn't exist.
And just
Yeah.
the it's like you said, we got to get Alovine reels done. So
Right.
then there's decision making in how to do it the right
Correct.
and that kind of step. And the same way where you, like you said, like then on like my perspective of how our stuff, like you said, you'll get a list of tasks. Mine might be edit this thing and then edit this thing.
And it requires thinking.
Yeah, for each of them. And then I can't jump from like, all right, I finished this edit. I need to put something in here, whether it is go to Wawa or play a game or watch a episode of a show. I need to add something to be able to switch in that. Because that was one of the biggest things with being like if we're waiting for an artist and they're like an hour behind, just going and editing a video, I'm not able, like if I'm going to snap into the edit, then when they're pull up, it's going to be a disconnect to snap. Yeah. So it's like more of like a blocking time period thing. Yeah, it's definitely, because like you said, yours is more like analytical, where ours is more obviously creative and flexible on like the specifics of it. Like if I just got corrections on things, if I was just, not that I want it, but like if it was like, here's this thing, at this timestamp, correct this thing, move, like it would be more analytical and easy to go. You need a charger? I don't know if there's one still back there.
Clients in general with brands are very specific with what they want, which is nice, but it's also kind of a headache because if you do one little thing wrong, you have to go back and fix it.
Yeah, there is. It's more like task based, but there's less freedom for something. Yeah,
I was
like
saying
creative freedom.
Jose, following that edit issue that we had the other night, I was like, I am really learning to appreciate how little rappers care. All they care about is looking cool.
Yeah,
that's it.
Looking cool can be what they think it's this way, but if they look cool this way,
it's still cool. Like it's not like oh no, we wanted this color scheme. It's like I look dope. It's like all right, hell yeah, you look dope.
And even some of the artists, like, because there is levels like Vina's a good example of like. Because like Ally, you have to follow their brand image. Like you said, you've made videos where they're dope videos, but it doesn't align with
what they
specifically the brand. And where like artists who are more specific, like Vina's specific to fit her brand, there is a level of still creative freedom where it can still fit it, but it's not exactly what it. I mean, it's the same and different working with brands and artists.
Yeah, it is similar, but also very different.
Yeah, I've always just leaned towards the headaches of working with artists. Have always just, I don't know, something about that just clicks with me. I'll take the headaches of these artists.
The shooting days with brands are more enjoyable than with artists, but shooting videos for artists in general is more enjoyable because of what we're doing. Yeah, is the best way I could put it.
But yeah, that's definitely a big difference, you know. Whereas everything with me is more problem solving,
more like analytic.
Like nothing can really go wrong as long as it gets done.
As long as the task is done. Yeah, where we could do the task and then
it can
this
be wrong.
Edit change. Right.
But that's for example why like the maximum things you can deal with on a day is much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
So it's definitely a different type of party. But I don't know. I enjoy my side.
Yeah. That's clearly why you do it, and I enjoy my side, and then you get the blend of both.
I didn't even know that. I don't know if you ever the dude Embrace the Strange that shoots a lot of Skrillex videos.
I probably have seen it.
EST Films or whatever.
Yeah.
You know they're like really, 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 really big.
I mean, I've seen.
You should see their behind the scenes. Like it's like
the most
insane.
Recent one you just did right with Rob
Skrilla and Rob 49. That's like high level,
high production company. Yeah,
like right up there with like Jake and them. I didn't know that.
I didn't know they were that big, but I saw that behind the scenes. That behind the scenes blew for their So whoever shot the behind, because a different company shot the behind the scenes. Yeah, that shit popped.
That shit like 600K.
Skrilla's hot right now.
Yeah. The other day when the Wi-Fi went out, I didn't even realize how used to having a private side I've gotten, and I was like,
"Oh, really?"
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and Chelsea was like, "Why don't you just
pull the mic?
Why don't you just go work in there?" And I was like, "I literally can't. Like, it's not happening. Like it's to the point where I can't function in that room."
Yeah, you've gotten
because I was already done with that room because I had been there for 4 years. You know what I mean? I was already like not really like. And I guess maybe that's
when we got the editing room. You would be in there a lot.
Yeah, maybe that's the burnout. Maybe I just got sick of my office to the point where like I would just like if I had to work in there, I'd probably just end up walking around in circles all day.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
So you experience it in your own way.
Yeah.
Thinking about how when we were in this room, I'd barely even see you.
Yeah.
I'd just walk past this room and it'd just be you and Chelsea in here. And the few times I'd have to talk to you, I'd just come in. It was just you and Chelsea in here. Definitely a whole different ecosystem in the last.
Yeah, I'm still
6 months
coming to terms with the use of that room.
Yeah,
definitely need to take some control back because that shit is like a party room.
What the center?
The center, yeah.
Yeah,
needs to be more office like.
Yeah, I mean,
better maintained.
It is set up For yeah.
lounging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a studio.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about me, but like when I come in and see people lounging, like it just bothers me.
I mean, we
like
could,
it just bothers me to see people asleep, to see people lounging.
It does. I'm with you on that one. And
Oh yeah.
Not against you, Shay, but it does like when I walk in here and it's like 2:30 and Shay's just knocked out on the couch. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Where are we? This is an office.
Yeah.
Like that's why the other day I was going like this in front of me.
I mean, we could restructure. I think it is partially, obviously, like the couches and it's laid out more like a lounge.
Yeah.
We could rework it to feel more office like.
Yeah, no, I don't think it needs to. I think I need to put some rules up. It just needs to be like no sleeping before 7 p.m. You know, like stuff like that. You know, just to keep the professional. Because my main concern is like where I be thinking is like, all right, like it's all funny and it's all fun and games until like you know when Special was here the other day, I'm giving Special an unannounced tour, and I bring it. Obviously that didn't happen, but what if it did? You know what I mean? Like it just looks like, oh, Logan got people sleeping in his office.
You always
know
gotta
what I
treat
mean?
it
It's
like
like
this is it's
no.
always open hours.
I ain't got nobody sleeping here.
Yeah, yeah, no.
I want to foster an environment in which people can feel comfortable. Obviously, you know what I mean. But at the same time,
way I think like when you go to when you brought me like the LLC4 office or what's it called,
like people are having fun, they're talking, but
it
like
has a creative
people
feel.
are lounging,
But
you know, but like no one's asleep.
Do I feel like
you know?
I'm gonna go on a couch and lay down here?
Right.
It's kind of getting that. That's going like you said, kind of burnout with like in your space. Are you like I'm big on reorganizing my whole setup.
No, I will
Obviously,
never.
I just did it.
I will never.
Why not? Like I think that would kind of if you're not like you said, if you get sick of that corner before you don't have anywhere else to go.
When I get sick of that corner, I'm kicking the guy next to me out and knocking the wall down and making an L.
All right.
That's what my next. And then I'm gonna make that side a war room where it's just like a nice
giant
conference
big table. Yeah.
It's like remember Roland, the guy that's up here that owns a dispensary?
Yeah.
He said something to the other day in one of our meetings that him and I have, and we were just talking about business, and he was like, you know, you can never trust people. You can only trust the systems that you put the people in. You know what I mean? So if you think about it, like we have systems. I've built a system that if you two fuck me, I can replace the two of you with the system with new people. We have systems for everything. You know what I mean? And that's how
unconsciously.
That's how it works. You know, because the same thing, like the way that we have it set up here, it's a system to the point where if you fuck him, he can just put somebody new in the system. If he same way, you know what I mean?
If anybody,
it's a system that will operate no matter who's in it. You know what I mean? And that's what the winning formula
that's
is.
Building.
Having
that's
a system.
Yeah, that's building a company. Yeah, it's like Amazon. If
everybody could quit and they could just replace them with all new people the next day, and it would function.
And tasks,
you know what I mean? And obviously, you know, that's not to say that, you know, we'll go on one of those everybody's replaceable things, because I do think that it's easier said than done to put a new person into a system, especially a complicated system. But at the same time, if you build a system that never fails, you'll always be fine. If you trust a person to build the system themselves, you got to get the person and give them the system. You can't get the person and tell them to bring the system, because then it's never going to work. You need to have the system, and then you need to put the person in the system, and then you need to control the system and the person at the same time to make sure the system doesn't fail, so the person can do their job.
Yeah, very true. Yeah,
that's the way that I think about it now. Systems.
Yeah, I've kind of unconsciously, without realizing that, kind of structured it where it's like from day one it was always like at the end of the day I'm gonna make sure I can produce the videos for WaveChange regardless of anything, and then you build on to people, and
whole world's a system.
It is.
Yeah,
the churning
everything
system.
is a system.
Yeah. I mean it's
Just
the only way like things
you go to
that
McDonald's,
are able to
it's a
operate.
system.
Yeah.
You go to the gas station, it's a system. You go to B&H, it's a system.
Come to WaveChange,
It's a system.
It's a system. Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just it's a system of things. It's a list of steps, tasks, and point people, and then every time it's just a checkbox. Song picked, Y or N. Has ideas, Y or N. Wants to shoot here, Y or, you know what I mean? Like you can't, you know what I mean? You can't get outside of the box because the system is the box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's a good point to leave it on. Nice little piece of advice there. Unless anybody else has some pressing matters, Steve.
No, business matters, but not any that we'll talk about on here.
Time to get to editing. I got Chicken in a little bit.
Yep.
Mr. Chicken.
He's pulling up.
Yep. Let's do it. Appreciate you guys being here this week. Like, comment, and subscribe. Leave down below some topics or ideas or struggles you face as artists or anything that you'd want to hear our perspectives on. Again, you can get the clothing, link in the description right down below, wavechange.net/shop. You can tune in with us every Monday. We drop at 6 a.m. You can also go to the WaveChange YouTube channel to see the behind-the-scenes videos of the productions we talk about on this podcast, as well as our personal channels to see kind of what we do outside of this company. All right, guys. Appreciate you as always. See you next Monday.